Most people expect a few aches, a little fatigue, maybe slower mornings as they grow older. But what if some of the small changes you've been noticing are your body's quiet way of asking for more attention? As we move past 70, the body becomes a little more subtle in how it speaks. It doesn't always shout. It often whispers. And those whispers, when understood early, can make a meaningful difference in how you feel each day. If you're someone who cares about staying active, independent, and comfortable in your daily life, this conversation may be especially important for you. And if you find this helpful, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss future guidance designed just for you. There are certain body signals that are easy to overlook. They seem small, they seem harmless, but sometimes they point to something deeper that deserves gentle attention. Let's begin with something many people experience, yet rarely talk about openly: a subtle but persistent feeling of dizziness when standing up. You might notice it when you rise from bed in the morning, or when you stand after sitting for a while. It lasts just a few seconds. Maybe you pause, steady yourself, and then continue on with your day. It feels manageable, almost normal. But over time, this small moment can quietly increase your risk of falling. And in some cases, it may reflect changes in how your blood pressure adjusts when you change positions. Take the story of Harold, a 74-year-old retired school principal. Harold enjoyed his quiet mornings with coffee and the newspaper, but he began noticing that each time he stood up, he felt slightly off balance. At first, he ignored it. He thought, it's just part of getting older. But one morning, the dizziness lasted a bit longer. He had to grab the edge of the table to steady himself. That moment made him pause. After speaking with his doctor, Harold learned that his body needed a bit more time to regulate blood flow when changing positions. With a few simple changes, standing up more slowly, staying hydrated, and adding light leg movements before rising, his dizziness became much less frequent. Sometimes the body doesn't need a major fix. It just needs a small adjustment. If you've noticed something similar, try sitting at the edge of your bed for a moment before standing. Take a slow breath. Let your body catch up with you. Have you ever wondered why such a small moment can feel so unsteady? Now, let's gently move to another sign that often goes unnoticed. A change in how your legs feel when walking. Maybe your steps feel a bit shorter. Maybe your legs feel heavier than they used to. Or perhaps you find yourself walking more cautiously, even when the ground is even and familiar. This isn't always just about age. Sometimes it can reflect a gradual loss of muscle strength or balance awareness. Consider Margaret, a 79-year-old grandmother who loved her daily walks around the neighborhood. For years, she followed the same route. But recently, she noticed something subtle. Her steps felt slower. She hesitated more when stepping off curbs. It wasn't pain, it was uncertainty. Instead of ignoring it, Margaret made a small change. She began doing simple strength exercises at home, just a few minutes each day. Gentle leg lifts, holding onto a chair. Slow and steady movements. Within weeks, she felt more confident. Her steps became more natural again. Sometimes, the body doesn't lose ability all at once. It gradually forgets, unless we remind it. If your walking feels different, even slightly, it may be worth giving your legs a bit more attention. A short, daily routine can go a long way. Have you noticed your steps changing in quiet ways? Let's continue with something that often surprises people: a reduced appetite, or feeling full much faster than before. It may seem like a small thing. You simply don't feel as hungry. Meals become smaller. You skip a dish here and there. But over time, this can lead to unintentional weight loss and even reduced energy levels. Evelyn, age 82, always enjoyed cooking. Her kitchen was her favorite place. But recently, she found herself losing interest in meals. She felt full after just a few bites. She thought, maybe I just don't need as much food anymore. But after a routine check, she discovered that her body wasn't getting enough nutrients. With a few simple adjustments, smaller, more frequent meals, adding nutrient-rich snacks, and staying hydrated, her energy slowly returned. Eating isn't just about hunger, it's about nourishment. If your appetite has changed, consider focusing on quality over quantity. Even small portions can be meaningful when they are balanced and consistent. Have you found yourself eating less without really noticing why? Now, let's talk about something many people quietly experience at night: frequent waking or feeling tired even after a full night in bed. You may go to bed at a reasonable time. You may stay in bed for 7 or 8 hours. But when morning comes, you still feel tired. This isn't always about how long you sleep. Sometimes, it's about how deeply you sleep. Leonard, a 76-year-old veteran, believed he was sleeping well. He went to bed early and stayed in bed all night, but he woke up feeling drained. After speaking with a sleep specialist, he realized that his sleep was being interrupted multiple times without him fully waking up. With small changes, adjusting his evening routine, reducing screen time before bed, and creating a calmer sleep environment, his sleep became more restorative, and his mornings began to feel lighter. Sleep is not just rest, it is repair. It is...
If you often feel tired despite enough time in bed, it may be helpful to gently review your evening habits. Even small changes can improve how your body restores itself overnight. Have your mornings been feeling heavier than they used to? Let's explore another quiet signal. A slower healing process, even for small cuts or bruises. You may notice that a minor scrape takes longer to heal. A bruise stays visible for more days than before. It may not seem important, but it can reflect changes in circulation, skin health, or even nutrition. Dorothy, age 80, noticed that a small cut on her hand took weeks to fully heal. It wasn't painful, it just lingered. After speaking with her doctor, she learned that her skin needed more support. She began focusing on hydration, gentle skincare, and balanced nutrition. Over time, her skin became more resilient. Healing is one of the body's quiet strengths. When it slows, it's worth listening. If you've noticed slower healing, try supporting your body with enough fluids, gentle movement, and foods that nourish your skin. Sometimes, the smallest changes can make healing smoother. Have you noticed your body taking a little longer to recover? Now, let's turn to something that can feel a bit more personal: changes in memory or focus. You may walk into a room and forget why you went there. You may struggle to recall a familiar name. It happens to many people. And yes, some memory changes are a natural part of aging. But when these moments become more frequent or begin to affect daily life, they may deserve more attention. George, a 78-year-old retired mechanic, began noticing small memory lapses. At first, he laughed them off, but over time, they became more frequent. Instead of ignoring them, he began engaging his mind more actively. He started reading again. He joined a small discussion group at his local community center. He also made sure to stay physically active. Slowly, he felt more mentally present. The mind, like the body, benefits from regular use. If you've noticed changes in memory, consider gentle mental exercises, conversations, reading, puzzles, even learning something new. The goal is not perfection, it is engagement. Have you been giving your mind enough moments to stay active? Finally, let's talk about something that many people overlook: a general feeling of low energy, even without a clear reason. You may not feel sick, you may not feel pain, but something feels different. You feel less motivated, less interested in activities you once enjoyed. It can be easy to dismiss this as just getting older, but sometimes it can reflect deeper changes in mood, sleep, or even nutrition. Helen, age 81, began feeling this way. She stopped attending her weekly gatherings. She stayed home more often. It wasn't sadness. It was a quiet lack of energy. With encouragement from her family, she began taking short daily walks again. She reconnected with a close friend. Little by little, her energy returned. Sometimes the body needs movement, and the heart needs connection. If you've been feeling this way, consider small steps: a short walk, a phone call, a few minutes outside. Energy often grows when we gently invite it back.
Have you been feeling less like yourself lately? As we come to the end of this conversation, there is something important to remember. Aging is not just about decline, it is about awareness. Your body continues to communicate with you every day, not loudly, but consistently. The goal is not to fear these signals, it is to understand them. When you listen early, you give yourself more choices, more comfort, more confidence in your daily life. You deserve to feel steady when you stand, confident when you walk, rested when you wake, nourished when you eat, and supported in every step you take. If this message resonated with you, consider sharing your thoughts or experiences in the comments. Your story may help someone else feel less alone. And if you found value in this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can continue receiving simple, supportive guidance designed for your journey. Thank you for spending this time here. Wishing you calm days, steady steps, and good health ahead.